Good morning to everyone. Wow, this is really an amazing day. First of all, my name is Charles Suhada. I'm the GM for USANA Indonesia. Welcoming everyone here today on Zoom. First of all, I would like to thank you, everyone, all the associates from the Philippines, from Thailand, and from Indonesia who are joining this amazing session today. This is the last series of the Sustaining Momentum webinar series that we've had basically for the last 3 months. Okay, so once again, I would like to really thank you all. Thank you everyone for being here very early, really excited. I hope you're all also as excited as I am today that we are going to learn and to hear from 2 amazing speakers that we have basically prepared for you. If you are excited, if you are ready, please type 1 on the chat box. All right, great. I can see a lot of excitement here. Great. Okay. All right, so obviously, this is the last, but definitely not the least of the series. And I also want to appreciate all of you probably who's been, I'm sure many of you have been joining this session for the last, the last 7 series or the last 7 seminars since mid of September. And since then, we've had, with today, including today, we had 16 speakers, over the last 3 months. We've had star diamond directors, we had influencers, we have prominent speakers, and basically we've prepared, the team in Thailand, Indonesia, and the Philippines. We've all prepared that for you, to support you, to support your business, to support the rest of your team, to really build and to sustain your momentum. We all know that we congratulations to all of you and all of us that we've been really growing significantly this year. And we really want to make sure, and I'm sure you also want to make sure that we all can continue and sustain our momentum. And, finishing this year very, very strong, finish this year on a really high note and get ready, to start 2021 even stronger, even better, even faster. So as I said, this is the last topic, but definitely not the least, as this is pretty much the conclusion, of the past 7 sessions that we've had. Today, obviously, the session is the topic, as you can see there. It's my story, our journey, and life of significance. We have 2 amazing diamond directors. We're gonna have Ivy, our diamond director from the Philippines, but we also have Precious, our executive 4-star diamond directors from the Philippines, who's now residing in Singapore. So these 2 diamonds, basically, they have totally different backgrounds, but both are very, very powerful. They have very powerful stories. They've gone through amazing USANA journeys, and they really have their ability to elevate themselves, into powerful human beings and powerful families, So without further ado, if we can show the next slide. This is it. So our first speaker for today, Precious Sia, our executive 4-star diamond director. Thank you for being here, Precious. We really appreciate it. We're really excited to hear from you. A little bit about her. So she's basically, she's a graduate of Bachelor of Science in Industrial Pharmacy in Manila. She practiced pharmacist before starting her USANA business. Obviously, she's now based in Singapore. So this is really amazing. We are in Singapore, in Indonesia, in Thailand, and the Philippines all into one. So how about that, So she has really achieved a lot of milestones in USANA. She's a $2 million club milestone. She is the 2015 President's Award and Country Vision Award. And for 3 consecutive years, she qualified for AP Growth 25 and Executive Diamond Summit. She's also been awarded as top #1 distributor enroller for Asia Pacific. She's also part of Fortune 100. Obviously, she's happily married with her husband, Lawrence, which I've personally met. Really amazing guy, and also blessed with 2 wonderful kids. So without further ado, please welcome Precious Sia.
Hello, everyone. Thank you so much, Charles, for that very nice introduction. So, magandang umaga sa mga nasa Pilipinas. Sawadee ka to all of you in Thailand and apa kabar, Indonesia. Good morning to all of you from Singapore. So, I'm here in Singapore right now. I'm very happy to see all of you here, willing to learn, committed to really grow yourself and your business. So let me share my slide. So we have here, wow, hello from Japan. I can see some comments in the chat box. Yes, let's keep this interactive. I want to also see you interacting with me in the chat box. So I'm like some of you, before I was just like you, listening to the stories of other people, listening to their stories, being inspired, convincing myself that USANA is really good, that I can also do this. But see, after 9 years, here I am, having my own story, sharing my story to you. So what I'm going to share with you today is my story. And of course, I will also teach you how to craft your story, because I know soon you too will be able to inspire a lot of people, not only in the Philippines, not only in Indonesia, not only in Thailand, but around the world. Type 1 if you're excited to be able to share your story around the world. So I've been doing USANA for already 9 years. So I'm doing this with my ex-boyfriend, who is now my husband, Lawrence. So we're currently executive 4-star diamond director already. It has been, it's not really a bed of roses, but it's a very colorful and amazing journey. Okay, so I have 2 kids. I'm a mom of 2. So we're all here in Singapore right now. So Tiffany is 7 years old. Xavier is 4 years old. So I have 2 kids and 1 husband. So my husband is Lawrence. He used to work as IT project manager here in Singapore. While for myself, I used to work in the hospital before here in Singapore. So before I came to Singapore, I'm actually, of course, from the Philippines. So I originally came from General Santos City, home of the generals, home of the champions. So I'm a person who is really very close to my family. So I'm very close to my family. Honestly, I didn't really plan to go outside the Philippines. I'm very happy with our life in General Santos City. But then of course, there are things that we cannot control. So my parents used to have their own business. So our life was pretty much comfortable before. But then we just woke up one day. It's like, wow, we woke up and everything was really gone. So I thought everything was doing well until one day there are a lot of policemen outside their house. So I was like, wow, what is this? Who's the criminal? What's happening outside? So when we peep at the window, there are a lot of police and sheriff. So you were wondering who are they looking for? And little did we know that it was us. Imagine. So it was a very humiliating experience. We were evicted from our house. So that time, it really lost almost everything. So I even asked God, like, why did you do this to us? But I don't know. I didn't know that God really has a bigger purpose. So because of what happened to our family, since I'm the eldest in our family, I really at a young age, that was when I'm about to go to college. So the reason why I studied industrial pharmacy in the University of the Philippines, Manila, is because I really wanted to be a doctor. But since my family was struggling financially that time, so I really have to give up that dream. So I came to, after I finished industrial pharmacy at the University of the Philippines, I worked at the Philippine General Hospital. I work in the hospital. So it's like I was in Manila and my family is in General Santos City. So it's like I'm also working abroad. But I was earning very little. At that time, I was earning, I think, around 11,000 pesos only. So how can I send money back home, right, if I'm only earning that much? So I really look for an opportunity outside. That's why I decided at the age of 24 years old, I left my country. I left the Philippines. Yeah, so sad. I don't know anyone here in Singapore. So actually, I was able to finish my study because of a scholarship of someone, a stranger who helped me. So imagine the impact of someone who is being helped, and that person can also be able to help a lot of people. And you guys have that opportunity here in USANA, not only to be able to help one person, but a lot of people. So at the age of 24, I went to Singapore. I'm very proud. I said, I'm a graduate of UP Manila. I know that I will get a good job. But then when I came here, I'm not recognized as a pharmacist. So I have to work as a pharmacy technician, so assistant of the pharmacist. So in Tagalog is alalay of the pharmacist. So I have to work, I have to swallow my pride. So I worked here shifting on different shifts. Actually, way back 2009 when there was an H1N1 pandemic, I was working in the hospital. So I was one of the frontliners. So I really salute all the frontliners right now. It's not an easy job. So since I'm a newbie and I'm not from here, so I was assigned in the emergency pharmacy to meet all those H1N1 patients to dispense their medicine. So that was my life before, and it's really very tough because I thought I will be earning Singapore dollars since I'm in Singapore, but then I forgot I'll also spend Singapore dollars. And Singapore, as you know, is the most expensive country in the world. So every day, honestly, I was really like crying every day because I was there. I was here in Singapore. I was working, but the salary is really not so high, and I very sad to see my family. You remember we were evicted from our house, so we don't have our own house. We just stayed, imagine, with my relatives it's like there's a backyard. So yes, it's like I couldn't afford to be here and really see my family suffering in the Philippines. So I said, I really have to do something and really strive hard here. I couldn't afford my family during their retirement age, that they don't have a house. They have to stay at the back house of my auntie, my cousin. So I really prayed to God for an opportunity. So I said, Lord, you sent me here. I know what happened to us is not the end, and you may have a message for me. So I really prayed for an opportunity. I said, Lord, please give me an opportunity that I can really help my family. Please give me a business. Please give me money to pay our debts, because I came here in Singapore. My father just borrowed money, loaned to come here, and we have a lot of debts and a lot of problem in the Philippines. So I prayed to God until God answered my prayer. So thankful, really thankful to God for that. So I said, Lord, please give me money. Please give me money. Please give me a business. And then God answered my prayer. Lord, I said money. Why love life? So he gave me a partner in life. Yeah. So Lord, maybe God saw me. Maybe she cannot in Singapore. She cannot tahan anymore. Maybe she needs someone to help her. So I'm very happy that in spite of those challenges, I met someone who really supported me, who is my ex-boyfriend, now my husband. And through my husband, we got to know this opportunity, because the person who invited us in USANA was Lawrence, classmate, who is Mentor Rich Tan. So Mentor Rich Tan, if you're here, thank you so much. So thank the person who really invited you in USANA, whether they still here or not. Without them, you will not be getting to know this opportunity. So that's it. When USANA was introduced to us, it was like, wow, it's like making my dreams come true again. So it's like, okay, I can do this. I can help my family change their life again. I can maybe buy them a house. Yeah. So we work really, even the day one of USANA, we already saw the bigger picture and we took our business seriously. That's the most important thing about it. So we thought it was easy because when we were in the Philippines, I saw a lot of people doing USANA. I said, wow, I think this will make it big in Singapore. But when we came here, there are no people doing in USANA much in the office. So what we thought is that, hey, instead of thinking that USANA work here in Singapore, what we thought is that, hey, not much people are doing USANA, not much Filipino are doing USANA, so let's do this. So we really owned our, really stepped up and really took ownership of the business immediately. So that time I was still working in the hospital, and Lawrence was working as IT, in the IT industry. And you know what? I was telling myself, oh no, I have a love life now. So of course, if he will propose, we will get married. And if you get married, I will feed two families already. Because I'm sending money, right? The Lord, please make this business big so that I can support. Because I told myself I will not get married until I'll be financially stable. Okay, this is a secret. You know, Lawrence is my first and last boyfriend. Oh, di ba? Not bad, not bad. Worth the wait. so, I told myself that I will not get married if I'm not financially stable, because I don't want to get married and have problem with money. And then my family also will have problem with money. So we really work hard together in this business. And until I said, wow, I thought my dreams will come true, until what happened? My life became worse. My life became worse because I used to work 6 days a week and I have 1 day off. But when I started doing USANA, no more off. So actually, because of the nature of my job, I don't see Lawrence a lot of time. So when I work night shift, I work on shifting morning, afternoon, night. So when I work at night, I will go home in the morning. And when I go home, nobody's there because Lawrence already goes to work. So we don't really see each other. So one of the reason why we really pursued USANA is to really be able to have not only financially capable for our family, but also the time. I told myself, if we don't even see each other, how can we have kids? And how can we have time with our kids, right? So that's why even if we don't see a result, imagine myself, my colleagues would even tell me, Precious, how many family are you feeding? Look at you. You know what? I have a secret. Because we only have 24 hours, right? Actually, life is fair. People will say, life is not fair because some people are successful or no. We cannot say, Lord, you're unfair, because Bill and Jenny Huang have 48 hours in a day. That's why they're number one. No, we all have 24 hours a day. It's just that what do we do in our 24 hours? So that's what I did. Really, no other activities, just focusing on USANA. So that was my life before. And so even during our wedding, it was our gold run. So we ran our gold on our wedding. Yeah. So 1 week before our wedding, we went for silver director. And after that, we were still working there. I only met my wedding planner 3 days before the wedding. And you know what? Our parents are very angry because their names are not printed on the invitation. But because we were very busy with our business that time. So really very focused. And after that, of course, I only saw my wedding gown 3 days before the wedding, and it's like, oh my gosh, 3 inches short. Because the person who did my gown never saw me, only in the picture. I only sent her, and it's really terrible. It's really terrible. But we were very, very focused with our goal. I was just telling myself, anyway, I can get married again next time, right? But the momentum of the team, we can't stop. I couldn't tell my team, hey, can you please stop your momentum because I'm getting married? No. So that's what happened. So even if we have this situation in our lives, we still continue pursuit. Even when I was pregnant that time. So when even I gave birth to doing USANA. So that was my life before. So my question for you is, what are you willing to sacrifice now to really get the life that you want in the future? So what I want to tell you is that we cannot wait for all the lights to turn green before you start. Some people will tell me, Mentor, I cannot do USANA now because I'm very busy. I'm getting married. And then after that, they get, I'm pregnant now. And then, hey, I have a baby. I have to take care. Hey, I have my daughter just grown up. I need to focus on them. So there'll be no perfect time. So when is the perfect time? Now. So of course, when I started USANA, it was just all about me because I want to pay the debts of my parents, to also give them a comfortable life again, and also for my family. And then But then USANA really is amazing. It gave us more than that. It's right that what meant my mentor Rich told me. If you treat USANA like a queen, it will treat you like a king. So because of USANA, we were able really to, of course, on with our efforts, right? So we were able to really have the freedom, break free from the hospital, and Lawrence break free from his cubicle. So we experienced a lot of things. And here in Singapore, we were only renting one room with 10 other people in the house. When I started here, I was only a bed spacer. So only a bed spacer. But now God really rewarded us with these things that more than we ever need. So maybe God said, that's why I evicted you from that house because you deserve more than that. Wow, right? So that's what we can. And imagine in Singapore, as you know, it's the most expensive country in the world. But imagine with this kind of business. So you cannot just say, I'm doing USANA only. USANA lang, no. So at first, I was really like aiming for these goals only. But what's really more important is what I really treasure right now is really the time with our family. So I'm very happy that imagine I don't need to work in the hospital. So be with my family, be with my husband. Last time we only see each other in Yahoo Messenger. And we don't really get to spend enough time, but now we have all the time, so it's really worth all the efforts. And of course, while I'm very happy with my family, I'm also inspired to also be able to help my extended family. Yeah, so after that, um just to share with you, my parents, actually my mom used to tell me before. She always tell me that, hey, Precious, you know, my passport will expire again. I hope that before I expire, I can see the world. So we had passports since young, but we never got out of the country because we don't have enough resources that time. So my mother would always tell me when I was here in Singapore, but I was telling, Ma, I'm only earning $1,300. How can I bring you here? So yeah, that was really one of the whys when I started in USANA, to really make her dream come true before it's too late. So yeah, so when we were getting better in USANA, so we were able to bring them as well outside to see the world. So I'm very happy that they were, my mom, even, you know, this the mom of Lawrence on the left, and my parents beside her. So, you know, even if they're already not so young, but you know, when they saw Disneyland, it's like, wow, they're really very, very happy. So I'm very happy that we were also be able to help our my family, our family. And of course, if you're a diamond, actually, life will be really be comfortable. So I was even told by Mentor Rich before, you know, Precious, later on, what you will think is that you only think of yourself. You will only think of your own success. But later on, when you grow, you will already think of others. And I was telling Lord, he's just saying that, but I think he really needs us. Very bad. So but then he's right. You know what? When you're in USANA, it's really about more than the cars, more than the houses. It's really about being able to really go out there and really reach out to a lot of people to really help them as well. So first, of course, our family, and then our team. But you know what? More than our team, we can also inspire the world. So it's really touching sometimes when you share your story, right? That some people get inspired, and also um, they will see and feel that they also can do it because you have done it. So some of my talks, like this is one my talk in the US, when I went on the stage, somebody hugged me and she said, you know, thank you so much for your sharing. I almost gave up on my life, but because I heard your story, I was given hope again. So imagine the impact that you, me, and all of us can do in this world. It's really more than the money. Imagine, what if there's someone who really wants to take his life, but he saw you, that in spite of all your challenges, you were still fighting and you made it. So this is really the purpose of our doing USANA. And not only in our USANA family, we can also reach out to the world. So this is our trip in Uganda. You know what, guys? I've been to, yes, to Philippines, Thailand, Indonesia, and a lot of countries, but this is the country that really broke my heart. Like every day can really made me cry because there are really limited resources there, unlike in other countries. But so when I went there, I was really inspired to do more, to be able to reach out to more people. So imagine if we have more time, more resources, we have more opportunity to really reach out to everyone. So my question for you, are you ready, or are you also willing to go out there and grow yourself so you can also be a blessing to other people? Type 1 in the chat. So that's about my story. So right now, I'm going to share with you how to actually create your own story. Okay, are you excited? So, like what Nelson Mandela said, what counts in life is not the mere fact that we have lived. It is what difference we have made to the lives of others that will determine the significance of the life we lead. Yeah. So USANA is just really more about the cars, the houses, the travel. It's really about changing lives. So we are all here. We want a better Philippines. We want a better Indonesia, a better Thailand, a better world. It will start with us. So if we improve our life, we can help improve the life of our family and their families, friends. Then we can actually make this world a better place through us. Okay. So now I'm going to share with you already how to tell your story. So no one is born a good speaker. We become one by working at it. So they will tell me, "Oh, mentor, I really you're very good in presentation. I've been doing this for 9 years already." So it's really practice. So like that, what they said, every master is a disaster. So you don't need to be great to start. You have to start to be great. So we are all here to learn with each other. And I will share with you what I learned from my training here in Singapore. So this was trained by the Singapore USANA corporate. So I'm going to share with you. So we trained this for 3 days. I'm going to share with you now for 30 minutes. So every presentation actually is a story and not a collection of facts. So what I'm going to share with you applies not only to your USANA story, but also in doing your presentation. Because you know what? This is the most useful, or what we use every day in sharing USANA, our story. So sometimes your upline will tell you, okay, can you share a story? You don't know. You don't want. You're very scared. So now nothing to be scared of, because I'm going to share with you step by step. So a persuasive speaker achieves 3 I's. So sometimes we only hear presentations only in forms. You know, something, okay, so Essentials has olive oil, this, and that. But actually, what we want is not just to deliver the message or inform the people. It's not just FYI. Why do we do health and freedom? Because we want people to take the supplement. We want the people to do the business. We want the people to join. So we should achieve these 3 I's. So inform, we tell them what they need to know. And most importantly, we need to influence through our story, through our talk. We can influence and inspire them as well. Because why? Information will not encourage them to take action. It's the influence and inspiration. So influence, they will follow what you do. Hey, Charles is taking this supplement. Wow, I want to be like him. I want to be healthier like him, doing this his regimen every day. That's what we want from the audience. And what else? We want to inspire, empower them that, hey, we want to let them feel that they can do it as well. Okay? So we have 3 I's: inform, influence, and inspire. So of course, before we do our talk, or we share our story, we need to prepare. So preparation is really very important, so that we will know what to really say. And sometimes it's the time is limited. You know, when you share your story in the convention, it's only 11 minutes. You have to tell your story with all your bullet points already. So you really have to prepare. So what are the steps in preparation? First, we really need to know our audience. So when people invite you to speak or to talk, you have to ask, who are the people attending? So that's the first question I ask. Who will be attending, ma'am? By the way, thank you to Ma'am Duday for inviting here. So who will be the attendees? Are they newbies? Are they our members already? Are they guests? So we need to know, because our story will depend on that. Okay, so for example, who are the attendees? Oh, these are millennials that don't believe that they need supplement. So these are the audience. So your storyline would be more of for them. May not be the same audience for everyone, but generally for them, majority of your talk. Okay, so like actually, we were able to invite Les Brown for our team's talk. So you know what? The first thing that he asked us, who will be the audience? So I was telling my husband, really, it will really start with who. Before you craft your story, it will start with your audience. And then of course you plan your storyline. So what is your objective on it? So these millennials who don't believe in supplement, what do you want? What's your message for them? Why do you want this talk for them? Because you want them to realize that we need the supplement, right? We need to be starting early. Prevention is better than cure. And after that, engage your audience. Think of ways to really be able to engage with your audience. Like here, we can ask questions, right? So engaging your audience also sometimes tell jokes. You can also tell examples, stories, contrast. Yeah, that's how we engage our audience. And of course, we need to practice. Yeah, practice makes progress, and practice makes improvement. We really need to practice. Okay, so next we need to deliver. Yeah, we need to deliver already what we have created. So we need to start confidently. So I've seen a lot of mistakes for those who are speaking, especially the new ones. They will say, "Hello, everybody. Good morning. I'm very new here. I'm sorry. I'm very nervous. I'm very nervous. I'm still new in this business. I'm not good speaker." No, never say that. Even if your first time to talk, even if it's you're new in USANA, never say that you're new. Why? You will lose your credibility. You will lose your credibility. People, we need to mute someone. Okay. So people will join us because they will believe us, because they believe us, because of our integrity, because of credibility. But if you tell them that, hey, I'm new, oh, this person don't know anything, right? Let's say you're riding an airplane. Okay, welcome to Singapore Airlines. And now I'm very nervous because it's my first time to fly this plane. Are you going to ride in that plane? Or let's say there's a doctor and the doctor will tell you, how are you? And you will tell the doctor, doctor, I'm very, how do you feel? The doctor asks the patient, how do you feel? I'm very nervous. I'm very nervous with my surgery. Then the doctor will say, don't worry, I'm also nervous. It's your first time, right? It's also my first time. So do you think the patient will have confidence? Maybe the patient before the surgery died already. Died already, heart attack already. Right? So never say that, okay? So no matter how nervous you are, no matter how new you are, never say that you're afraid, you're scared, I don't know what I'm saying. No, nobody will believe you. Okay? Agree? If you agree, type agree. So I hope for every one of you here, I will never hear this from any of you in any of your talks. And of course, get your basics right. Of course, posture is very important. And of course, the hands, now we're going, because we're almost always in Zoom. So it's important that we also see how we look, right, in the screen. So we should, I encourage you to really show your hands, because imagine, actually in live performance, not performance, in live presentation, in live talk, they will. That's why last time when Zoom just started, it's like very hesitant. How can we let the people join? They only see two senses, only hearing and seeing, right? So because it will have more a high pay-in rate or high enrollment rate, if you're there, you can touch them, feel, use the five senses. But so now we're limited because of Zoom. But don't worry, you still have your hands and your eyebrow and your eyes. Yes. So let's show our expression through our hands. Show your hands. When you show your hands, don't show the back, only like this. So show your hands. And when you smile, I'm very excited. I'm really very excited. We bought a house. No impact. I'm really excited. Yeah. When you're happy, you smile. You show, because we're limited. So you let your eyes express. Okay? And your voice, you need to actually record your voice. You need to see if your voice, because there are some speakers that are, the voice are very high tone. It's very irritating the ears. You know, like sometimes you just want to leave the meeting because when you hear the, it's very high pitch. So we need to be able to modulate our voice. We need to practice. Yeah. Again, practice is the key. Okay. And of course, speak from your heart. Yeah. So it's really not what you say, but how you say it. You know what? I have associates that are really, they're not really good about all the information. But you know what? I was wondering, how is it that they have a very high enrollment rate? I was saying, this person really just, when she presents, she just say, this is very nice. This is really good for you, friend. And I have some associates, USANA, intelligence technology contains a lot. We have this olive oil extract. We have enumerates everything, but then nobody joins. So it's really about how we say it. When I was starting USANA, I made a lot of mistakes. I was even presenting, Dr. Albert Einstein Albert Einstein was given the Albert Einstein Award. And I don't even know what's NSF. I said National Sports Federation, but I'm confident, right? So it's really about your confidence and how you touch them through your story. Okay, speak from heart. So what you do, let's say I'm sharing, for example, I was asked to share an inspiration story, like make them cry. So feel it, be in that moment, feel, and then speak. Okay. And of course, if you are, let's say, you are asked to say a motivational talk, and then there are a lot of problems. Sometimes there are things that we cannot control, like there are a lot of challenges. So what will I do? I will even tell my husband, oh no, I was just crying a while ago and I'll be talking to motivate. What should I do? What will I do? I'll run, exercise. I will like empower myself, watch video, and then I'm now ready to share the energy. Okay, that's how we prepare. And of course, prepare for the unexpected. So sometimes when we're Zoom, we're all prepared and suddenly your slides didn't function. You cannot find your slide. I don't know what to do. What will I say? What's the next one? You don't know already. And their internet connection is not good. You should be prepared. So like for me, because whatever happens, let's say your slide have problems. So I have my notes here. So in case I have no slide, I can still refer to my notes. We have to be prepared. Okay, so if you're talking on stage, you're scared to forget the things that you want to say, you can actually prepare a note, a small, not a big A4 paper, maybe a small note or index card. That's what we use, like the MCs, right? They use index card, just a key points for you not to forget the things. So you can do this. So always prepare for the unexpected. So when I talk in conventions, I actually prepare like months. So when I was asked to talk before in international convention main stage, I really prepared like months before, and even in the toilet, I was telling my story because I only have 11 minutes. Imagine 11 minutes to share your story. And if more than 11 minutes, they already turn on the volume of the music, and then you'll be carried out of the stage. So that's why I want to really make sure that, because I have teleprompter, but I'm scared. What if, that's why I always think of Murphy's Law, whatever can go wrong may really go wrong. So I was telling myself, what if the teleprompter will disappear or have technical problem? Then what will I do? They're just stand there, nothing to say. At least I have it in my mind already. I practiced it. Okay, so practice again. Practice is the key. And of course, like what I said, is not what we say, but how we say it. Okay, so now we're going to how to really script your storyline, your story. Okay, so first, of course, like what I said, we have to know who. It will start with who. So when they tell you, okay, you're going to speak, you share your story, don't ask about the topic yet. You ask who. Who are the audience? And then what will be the topic? So who the audience? Are they mommies? Are they daddies? Are they believers? 2-year-old in USANA, new in USANA, Jurassic in USANA. So you need to know your audience. And the objective is why. Why do you want them? I want this training, how to invite, because I want them to learn how to invite after the training. So we need to know our objective. And let's say in health and freedom, what is your objective? You want them to take the products only, or you want them to do the business? So I've noticed those people who are really digging in much in the products, or it's about only health story, they will only get users. Trust me. In my 9 years in this business, I've noticed that. So I have a friend, all of his enrollments like only use the products and mostly preferred customer. I said, why don't you get 500 points sign up? And then I listened to her presentation. So her objective is just for the people to take the product. So if your objective is for the people to sign up and do the business, then maybe you have to start to change or maybe emphasize more on the business side as well. Okay, so your story, your outcome will depend on your objective. Okay, and for the how, when we tell stories, let's say you're asked, of course in USANA, we have a lot of success about time, money, health. So you just choose key messages. Let's say you are dealing with people, OFW. So usually my key message for them is really the time, because they have the money. Those people, they have money, they earn quite okay. For those people who are earning okay, so the focus of my message would be about the time. So it's up to you. So the tip is 3 to 4 key messages. So even if you do your training, you can just put 3 to 4 key messages. And of course, what is the content? Okay, so that is the flow. First will be the who. So your story will depend on the audience. And now we're going to, because sometimes our thoughts are very not organized like me. I'm like that. So this really helped me a lot. I'm a person who's very excited, but then, I couldn't really have a very good flow. So this really is a very good guide for you. So this is STORY. So how to craft your story? You just follow this story, STORY. So what is the S? First, you tell your situation. So even if you don't have results yet, it's okay, because it's some people use it as an excuse. Oh, I cannot do this because I don't have results. No, you can still share your USANA story. It's in instead of telling what has already happened, you may want to share what do you want to happen. So you have to be very clear where you're going because you cannot tell your story if you don't even know where you're going. Okay, so situation. Let's say for me, my example, I was working in the hospital. I have no time. I really feel very bad, I very feel tired, sad. Yeah. So use all the how you feel. So that's your situation. And then for thoughts and feelings, yeah, you describe, I feel very humiliated. I feel very down. So use a lot of adjectives to describe. So your situation and then how you feel about that situation. I'm an OFW. I'm very sad. I was away from my family. You feel it, and you really make them cry. Not make them cry. Let them feel that they're there in that scenario. And after that, you share with them, what did you do? So I was looking for an opportunity, and then USANA. So what did I do? When I was in USANA, I was really working very hard in spite of all the challenges of time. I really made time. So it's about the actions. So what is observed behavior? It's the actions that you've taken, the steps that you've taken to actually be able to get out of that situation and that feeling. Okay. And then of course you can share your result. So if you don't have result yet, no problem. I'm doing this USANA because I have kids. I want to spend more time with them. That's why I'm doing this. So what is the result that you are looking into? That is the R. So I don't want my family to not to see me every day. I don't want my kids to be closer than the helpers than me. I want to have more, to really be hands-on, spend more quality time with my family. So that's what you want. And you're learning about it. So like for me, my learning is, wow, USANA, there's really no free lunch in this world. If you want to have more time in the future, you really have to invest in time now. If we're always afraid, there will never, there's nothing that will, no change can happen to us. So that is your learning. So are you learning? My question is, are you learning? If you're learning, type yes in the chat box. So if you're able, you know what? This is very, very useful tool. If you have your USANA story, you can really go out there and do your health and freedom, encourage people to do what you do, and you will be able to really inspire, influence, and inspire a lot of people. So you really have to have this on handwritten, not only in your head. So now this would be my homework for all of you tonight. Okay. So tonight, please take time to really craft your story. Your story, you should be able to share it in 5 to 10 minutes. 5 to 10 minutes. Okay. With this guide, with the STORY. So tonight, do your story, and this will be your very powerful tool in everything that you do in USANA. From your own health and freedom, one-on-one, to your health and freedom in your team, to USANA health and freedom. And next time, this story that you will write, you will share it to the world. Imagine this story that you will write. You will be able to already share and inspire the whole world. Okay? So, do your homework. So actually, Mentor Ivy later will share with us how to use this format in her story. So please stay tuned, because honestly, Mentor Ivy is one of those few people, the first people who really inspired me in this USANA business. I'm very inspired with her story, and I'm sure you too will be inspired with her story. And both of them, Mentor Ivy and Mentor Don, when I was starting, I really look up to them, and I really am inspired that if they can do it, I can do it too. So listen to their story. Okay. So when we do our story, of course, we need to start strong and confidently and end powerfully. Okay. Sometimes some people, the energy is very high at first, and then no more energy. We still need to end powerfully. We need to tell them what we learn and what is the call to action. That is the most important thing. Okay. So that's it for my sharing. I hope to hear your story soon. So thank you very much. So back to you, Charles and Ma'am Cherry.